Hi guys, welcome back to my vlog, and this time I will go to China. I'll be flying with Shenzhen Airlines and I will have a layover in Shenzhen before arriving in Hangzhou. The snack was pretty simple but tastes really good. 10 out of 10. After arriving in Hangzhou, I headed straight to King Hairfang Ancient Street. King Hairfang is one of the oldest preserved historic streets in the city, with the history dating back to the Southern Song Dynasty, when Hangzhou used to be the capital of China. In the past, this area was a busy center for politics, culture, and commerce. Here you can find a lot of Chinese characteristic stalls selling handcrafted products such as ceramics and paper fans. There are also plenty of stalls selling Chinese street food like skewered meats and stinky tofu. And I've tried a stinky tofu there. It really smells so bad. I can literally smell it from quite far away. It actually doesn't taste really bad, though it's a bit spicy for me. The next day, I went to West Lake, the most iconic place in Hangzhou and one of the most celebrated lakes in China. There is a Chinese saying that above there is heaven, below there are Suzhou and Hangzhou, and at the heart of Hangzhou is West Lake, surrounded by hills on three sides, with the city on the fourth. West Lake has inspired Chinese poetry, paintings, and garden design for more than 1,000 years. The lake itself is actually quite shallow, with an average depth of only around 2.3 meters. In 2011, UNESCO recognized West Lake as a World Heritage Cultural Landscape, praising it for influencing landscape design across East Asia. Hangzhou is often called Paradise on Earth. The city is famous for its lush greenery, with tree-lined avenues stretching almost everywhere you go. The Chinese parasol tree has become one of Hangzhou's most recognizable symbols, and locals even said that the city has around 20 trees for every resident. And now I'm visiting Meijiawo Tea Village, one of the places where China's famous Longjing tea is produced. Inside the village, there is a 500-year-old camphor tree. This is a place where Premier Zhou Enlai once invited President Ho Chi Minh to enjoy tea under this tree. Longjing tea is considered China's most famous green tea and is often called the national tea of China. I also had a chance to try the Longjing tea by myself. The tea was nice and refreshing, but it wasn't so impressive for me. The first place I visited when I arrived in Shanghai was Zhujiajiao Ancient Town. With a history of over 1,700 years, it is often called the Venice of Shanghai. It was once an important trading center and is now one of the 4 best preserved ancient towns in Shanghai. The little alleys are filled with all kinds of tempting food, drinks, and local products. There are some stalls selling dried fruits, and everywhere I went, Chinese ladies invited me to sample dried fruit tea. As you probably know, China is famous for its love of spicy food, so there's plenty of chili sauce here. And this is the classic Shanghai hand cream, which is one of the most popular souvenirs and comes in a wide variety of traditional floral scents. In the heart of Shanghai, there's a mini coffee city hidden inside the city, the Starbucks Reserve Roastery. It is the largest Starbucks store in the world, combining coffee craftsmanship, art, and an exhibition experience. The entire space is designed like a real coffee factory, where every step from roasting the beans to brewing the coffee happens right in front of customers. The centerpiece is a massive copper roasting machine, where visitors can see the coffee making process up close. Right here, customers aren't just buying a cup of coffee, but experiencing the story, technology, and creativity behind it. Honestly, working into this place felt more like visiting a coffee museum than a cafe. If you have time, I highly recommend you to explore more about it. The story behind it will definitely blow your mind. Right across from the world's largest Starbucks Reserve Roastery is another iconic landmark, the Louis. It is a unique combination of the brand's legendary travel trunks and Shanghai's history as the major port city, creating a symbol of travel, craftsmanship, and luxury. Next, I arrived at Nanjing Road, often called as China's premier commercial street, stretching 5.5 kilometers from the bund on the banks of the famous Huangpu River to the heart of western Shanghai. Following China's reform and opening up in 1978, more and more international brands established a presence on Nanjing Road, turning it into one of the country's top shopping destinations. Today, more than 360 different stores line both sides of the street, welcoming over 1.5 million visitors every day. Here you will find Nike's global flagship store, Lego's first city center flagship store in Asia, Asia's only M&M's world flagship store. For those who don't know, flagship store is the most important store in a retail company's store portfolio in a certain region or market. It is typically the biggest store and is usually located at the most important street location or mall in that region. And there are also many luxury beauty boutiques including Chanel, Lancome, and Estee Lauder. And what impressed me the most was how beautifully every store was designed and decorated. And because the street is so long, I decided to take the Dang Dang sightseeing tram. And that was my best decision ever because just one ride took about 10 minutes and rain was pouring on that day. Now standing on the west bank of the Huangpu River, and across from me is the famous Lujiazui district on the east bank, one of the world's leading financial centers and a symbol of Shanghai's modern development. And here we have some of the city's most iconic landmarks. The Oriental Pearl Tower, the Jinmao Tower, inspired by layered design of traditional Chinese pagoda. The Shanghai World Financial Center, which is famous for its distinctive bottle opener shape. And the Shanghai Tower, which is the tallest building in China and the third tallest in the world. These three buildings have created the most iconic photo spots for visitors. This is Yu Garden, one of Shanghai's most famous classical Chinese gardens, with a history of over 450 years, and there are so many tourists here. Next to the garden is the Yu Yuan Bazaar, where you can find local snacks, souvenirs, and traditional Chinese architecture all in one place. And I've tried Haiti's famous brown sugar bobo milk, one of their signature drinks. It was so good and so affordable. I also tried Tang Bao, a unique soup dumpling that you enjoy by drinking the hot broth inside before eating the dumpling. But for me, it wasn't so special compared to its price. And now it's time to try one of Shanghai's most famous seasonal dishes, hairy crab noodles. Hairy crabs are considered a delicacy in eastern China, especially from September to November. When their roe is reaches, the roe is slowly cooked into a thick, flavorful sauce and served over fresh noodles. As a person who loves rich and creamy food, I absolutely love it so much. It's definitely not cheap though. To make just one bowl of these noodles, the roe from around 12 crabs has to be carefully removed by hand. And this is the street view of Fuzhou Road, right in front of the restaurant. And now I'm heading to China's capital, Beijing, by high-speed rail. Train can reach up to 350 km per hour. I took the Shanghai-Beijing route, covering around 1,300 kilometers in just under 6 hours. China has the world's largest high-speed rail network, stretching over 50,000 kilometers. I was so impressed with the cleanness and punctuality of the train. The seats are much more comfortable than that on the airplane. And I swear this is probably the smoothest public transportation I've ever experienced. One interesting fact is that the seats can rotate to face each other. And when the train reaches the end of the line, it doesn't turn around. The staff will simply rotate the seats and it's ready for the next journey. And the food on board was so delicious. The moment I arrived in Beijing, I could immediately feel a different vibe. The city is so much more traditional, historic, and slower. The street was so green, clean, and well organized. And I was so impressed by the flowers along the roads. They literally reminded me of my trip to Dubai, where flowers are everywhere. My first stop in Beijing is the Summer Palace, one of the most famous imperial gardens in China. During the Qing dynasty, it was a royal retreat where emperors and their families could escape the summer heat. Inspired by Hangzhou's West Lake, it consists of Longevity Hill and Kunming Lake. This lake occupies nearly 3/4 of the Summer Palace. And this is the long corridor. It is nearly 728 meters long and is the longest ancient corridor in the world. On Longevity Hill, there's a tower of Buddhist incense, which is the central and most prominent structure here. The Summer Palace was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1998. It is also the best preserved imperial garden in China. And I swear this place is massive. I felt like a queen enjoying my summer in this palace. The scenery is so beautiful and poetic. It feels like something out of Chinese poem. Summer Palace is definitely worth visiting. And of course, no trip to Beijing would be complete without seeing the Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China was built to protect China's northern border. It was constructed over more than 2,000 years by different dynasties, beginning as early as the 7th century BC, with the most famous and well-preserved sections built during the Ming Dynasty. The total length of all sections adds up to about 21,196 kilometers. The famous Ming sections stretch from Jiayuan Pass in the western desert to Shanghai Wan Pass, where it meets the Eastern Sea. The Great Wall of China was an integrated military defensive system. There are watchtowers for surveillance, fortresses for command and logistics, and beacon tower for communication. But behind this incredible structure were also enormous human costs. Families were separated and many workers died during this construction. And there's a mind-blowing fact is that in some Ming Dynasty sections, builders used a mortar made with sticky rice and lime to hold the bricks together. And now it's time to see what Beijing actually looks like. Beijing is the capital and political center of China. There are many important government buildings. Right in front of me is the National People's Congress Office building. And not far away from here is the Tiananmen Square, one of the largest public squares in the world. This is where major military parades and daily flag-raising ceremony take place, as well as large national congresses, ceremonies, and celebrations. Everything around here feels very formal. There are also many huge buildings. The street is very wide and modern, and cameras are everywhere. The people here get around mostly by cars, but you can also see some electric bikes or bicycles. And this is actually the first time in my life seeing trolley bus. They run on electricity supplied through overhead wires. And Beijing operates one of the largest and oldest active trolley bus system in the world. And that's the end of my vlog. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next vlog.